What's going on? It's the Big Rig Bull, Texas truck accident lawyer Reshard Alexander, here again on Wednesday morning. Today, I don't really know exactly what we're going to talk about as far as Texas truck accident law, but I'm sure I will find a topic in time for us to discuss. In the meantime, I'm going to go get some friends and bring them to the office with me, or come back to the office with them. So give me a second. So what's going on? I'm back in the building and have somebody here in the office with me real quick. Sage, you want to say anything?
Hello.
All righty, okay, all right. So yeah, back here working in the office, and I'm trying to make sure I have all these medical bills before I submit this settlement demand. But we're about to get out of here in a second. What's that? You want one? Go ahead. Yeah, so like I said, working on that settlement demand today for the most part. And I have a few other things that I need to do. This is not really entertaining. This is the boring side of being a lawyer. You know, this is not the going out having fun stuff, but this is the groundwork. I mean, I'm laying the foundation for the other things that I want to do, and I realize that. So this is going to be very boring. This is boring. But this is what must be done. You know what I mean? Because you know, it's just different than everyone has their period, I guess, where it's just kind of like a transition period. I came out of law school. I worked for myself completely from the very beginning, you know, for the most part. And a lot of people will go out and they'll kind of just train under someone. And I've had to, you know, just kind of train myself, use books as mentors, find some mentors. But you have to realize that when you talk to people about issues, that, you know, everyone is going to come from their perspective or whatever issue you have, and we all kind of walk our own separate paths. So even if you find someone who you feel like is, oh, this is like the greatest mentor ever or whatever have you, you still need to understand that you have to take things with kind of a grain of salt to a certain extent, because what necessarily worked for one person won't necessarily work for you if you're not like from those or in those exact same circumstances as that person. So, you know, I talk to people, I read books, you know, I try to better myself. I always question myself. I think the thing is you have to be your biggest, you know, critic. And one thing that I definitely have learned just through life in general, not just law, but even before I went to law school, like, if you cannot handle negative criticism, or I guess it would be deconstructive criticism, just as well as you can handle constructive criticism, then, you know, entrepreneurship probably ain't for you. You know what I mean? Because the thing about it is that some people look at law like, oh, I'm just a lawyer, let me go do my deposition, you know, let me go do my whatever I have to do, you know, let me go file my motions and all that. And you know, I've noticed that there are kind of like two types of attorneys out here. And, you know, one is the guy or gal, who goes to court like every single day. You know, they wear the suit and tie. They do, you know, whatever they have to do in the courtroom. And that's the end of their day. I mean, that's what they do. They file motions. They do all the technical side aspects of being a lawyer. But then, you know, there are other lawyers who are just like business people, and I have never seen any of them in court. I've never seen any of them file a motion. I've never seen any of them argue a brief or anything in court. I mean, anything. I mean, I'm talking about anything. And, you know, it really comes down to what makes you happy. I mean, what do you get personal satisfaction out of? I mean, I know a lot of attorneys who, you know, will call the latter attorneys, oh, they're not really attorneys, you know, they just, do whatever. But a lot of those attorneys seem to be really happy, and then on the flip side of that, the ones that have to go to court every single day, it's a kind of a mixed bag. I mean, some people enjoy what they do, some people don't. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said, you have to find your happiness wherever you can find it. I mean, I started off probably as like the first type of attorney where I was someone who was, trying to go to court every single day. I was driving 2-3 counties over to go to court and stuff like that. And after a while, you kind of realize that I don't know if that's like the most sane way to practice. I mean, sure, if you can get cases here in Harris County and do your thing, then do your thing, But for me, I want to work on cases that are meaningful. I want to work on cases that, allow me to take care of my family well. I want to work on cases that, restore justice, right wrongs, help people, help society. I think those are the things that matter to me. I don't watch a lot of news, honestly. I do tune into a few different news channels and stuff like that. And I noticed that, people kind of tune into whatever they want to tune into. You know what I mean? Like, you could talk about, the president, or you could talk about, what's going on locally or whatever. But, I guess the thing is you have to find your tribe. And for me, I'm finding my truck accident lawyer tribe. I mean, that's what I have discovered, about myself, is that's what I've had to find. I've had to find my truck accident lawyer tribe. It's been really hard doing that, you know what I mean? Finding those people and identifying those people who have that same type of interest about those types of issues, And I realize that at the same time, when you find your tribe, you're going to change somewhat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think most lawyers want to dress up every single day with a suit and tie on. I've been told before that, you kind of have to dress a certain way, especially when you're dealing with a certain type of demographic, because, they will, assess you solely based off of your clothing and stuff like that. But I'm a rebel. I'm gonna do what I want to do, regardless. You know what I mean? Like, if what you say makes sense, I will follow it. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna do something just to fit in with anybody. You know what I mean? Because that's not me. I ain't never been like that. I would have never made it this far as an attorney, as a person, as somebody, coming from a lower economic background to where I am now. I would never made it this far if I just follow what other people told me to do all the time. I'd be in jail somewhere. You know what I mean? So I don't listen to people when it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you have to make sense, and I'm an open-minded person, when it comes to listening to people and logic and all that, because that's the one thing that I think is probably my best attribute, is the fact that I'm willing to listen to both sides of any argument for the most part before I make a judgment on a matter. I posted a vlog for like 51 days straight at this point. I think at least only 3 of them have been, I think, vlogs that do not have like the board session attached. Today, I think I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to take this extra time to go home and read a bit on these new books that came in, and just get myself more abreast of truck accident law. I've been accepted into a seminar that's occurring later this year dealing with truck accident law, and so I'm excited about that. And I'm trying to get myself prepared for this seminar that's going to be taking place later this year for truck accident lawyers as well. So I'm just trying to get myself caught up, completely caught up to speed with this area of law, because this is the one I'll be practicing for a number of years. And there's no rush really to get to the top, but I know I'll get there as long as I can stay consistent with what I'm doing. And I think the thing is, I'm going to incorporate 2 more areas of law into my practice. I just haven't completely decided what yet. I'm thinking more than likely probate law. You know, simply because of the things that I have to deal with here, dealing with personal injury, and more than likely real estate. So, like I said, with that said, I'm gonna take today off and just lay back a little bit, do some reading, and just hang out with the kids for the most part. And that'll be it. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow. And yeah, that's it. Take it easy.